Alright guys, I know it's been a fucking week since my last upload, and the last upload you got was a fucking channel update, kind of like this, a news video. So I know, and of course I did have the part 2 for that, for the fucking K20 build. Anyway, I know this is not what everybody's expecting, and no, this is not going to be me uploading a bunch of bullshit news videos. I'm not going to be that way. This is actually something I'll probably only do once a month, and that's only if I decide something really needs to be talked about. I actually did 3 fucking videos tonight, and I lost 2 of them because of my phone not sending it to the right place. So it ran out of storage, even though I had 8 gigs on the memory card. It ran out of storage and deleted 2 of my fucking videos. So this is actually the second time that I'm filming this one. Anyway, quick update of what else I've done. I did do the next section of the K20A3 build. It is going up tomorrow. It's way too many videos to edit together tonight. It's already fucking late. So keep around for tomorrow for that one. It's probably one of the most important ones I've done as far as information wise, instructional wise. It's pretty in depth. Okay, so to get past that into what today's news is, there's 3 topics I want to talk about real quick. One is Blake's hatch. For you guys that haven't subscribed, it's the video the auto plays with the green hatchback, the first start for the LSV. Yeah, that's the one. So Blake kind of had some issues like I had with my sedan. He spent a long time with the dyno, pretty much the whole day. The majority of that day was just working out bugs. Now, he eventually, like me, had his turbo blow up. Although, except for like mine, where it was oil starvation, his was, it just gave out. His turbo gave out. The good thing being is, or the cool part being is that he got further along in tuning with his than I did. He was up to 398 wheel horsepower and 360 something fucking foot-pounds of torque before the turbo popped, and they had to stop tuning. And he actually did drive that hatch home that night. And now I'll give you a little break to have a message from him.
So, end result, I did some driving home. The car is running. It did pretty good, bro. Just gotta fix some shit. Little things, but overall, the car's a fucking monster.
Yeah, I know it was a little grainy there, and you might not be able to hear it very well, but that is the car, and that is him on the highway. He's driving it back. So he's tuning with E85, and he's shooting for 500 wheel horsepower. I've talked to a couple of guys on there, more than a couple of guys. Plus, from my past experience, I know that 500 horsepower is achievable with that setup, and very easily achievable with E85. Unlike myself, Blake doesn't mind using the E85 because he barely drives the car anyway, and when he does drive it, it's going to be for bashing on some Honda haters. So there's that. Then the next thing I wanted to talk about was the playlist rearrangement. Some of you guys that pay attention to the page itself instead of just the individual uploads may have noticed that I did reorganize the playlist a little bit. I actually put a description for every one of the playlists. And also, I did rename one of the playlists from channel updates and discussion to just news. And that's what it's going to be. Like I said earlier at the beginning of this video, I'll probably do a news strictly regarding channel information or me personally once a month. And most of the news topics will be just like what's going on with each build, where it's gone, stuff like that. The big new announcement being is that I added a playlist. I've already added it, but you guys probably can't see it because I haven't added any videos to it yet. But it's gonna be the feature videos playlist, and in the feature videos playlist, it's gonna be my YouTube shoutouts, and I'm going to make videos based on other people's builds, people who I think deserve a second look at what they're doing, stuff that is related to the car world that I myself haven't done. Now, I've been thinking about doing YouTube shoutouts for some of the other channels that are like me in their infancy, really low subscribers, but stuff that I think is good to help share, so that way we can all spread it around a little bit. But I didn't want to just make a YouTube video or make a video just for shout outs. I probably wouldn't even get barely any of you guys to watch it anyway. So in the feature video, I will give YouTube shout outs for other channels that I think that are worth, watching. And the other one being that I will give shout outs to builds. There's a lot of people out there doing some shit that it's not so much on forums anymore. It's spread out because social media, you got Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. So, there's a friend of mine that I have, Alex, that I've mentioned a couple of times on the channel, who's building an MR2 with a K20. And you've actually, some of you guys out there probably already seen his car in action. The swap used to be in a white EG coupe. And there's some videos out there on 1320. And I think that racing channel, and I know Four Bangers Production has some shots of him out there beating up on some Ferraris and GTRs. So I'm going to put together a little feature of my own and shout it out there and redirect you all to his Instagram. And I go to the last part of today's news, which is probably what I'm going to use for the heading here. And no, it's not clickbait. Damn it. Well, maybe a little bit clickbait, because you guys don't watch the news very often. Most of you guys don't. But engine giveaways. Another thing, I've talked about a whole bunch of times was giveaways. I've beaten that motherfucker on the last, I think all the last updates I've made since I've been here. I've talked about doing giveaways. So I'm doing it again. But this time, this is something that I've played with. I may have mentioned it before, but I'm not 100% sure. So I was doing some digging around YouTube analytics and people making, videos based on how much they've earned. And so far, from what I've seen from them and from what I've seen from my own analytics, you generally speaking earn $1 per 1,000 views. All right. If you go to the about section on my page or the channel, you will see how many views I got. All right. Now I'm at the high end of 23,000. So, I'm a little bit over $24 right now. So I know this is still a long way away, so this is the only thing that's kind of clickbaitish about it, because this is not going to be something that happens soon, but it will happen eventually. I'm sure of it. I'm confident of it now. Once I get to the point where the YouTube earnings I'm making monthly can 100% cover the cost of getting an engine, getting the parts for the rebuild, and the shipping, then every once in a while I will give away an engine. Not so much to try and bring in people to subscribe or whatever to get a free engine from me or whatnot. It's more just the fact that I am not going to be giving away my engines for pennies, which I've said a bunch of times also anymore. That's not going to happen. And I would actually rather give it to somebody who would really appreciate it, somebody who'll take it, run it, and send me the footage, because that's the fastest way for me to see the results of what I build is to give it to other people, because I don't really have the time to be building projects. The last project car I did took me a fucking year to complete, and then it was stolen right as it was finishing, right as I finished it up. Now I have my Integra, which I want to finish, but even after I managed to get into my fucking little shop over there, I still got a lot of time before that's going to be ready to go, because I'm not spending all my money on just the parts I need for the Integra. I'm also spending money on things, parts I need to do shit for you guys for the channel. As a matter of fact, I have an eye on a camera that I want to buy. It's around $200, but at the same time, I found out there's a guy with an LS engine, and not too far from me. That's a 5.3 liter. Is healthy, and the guy wants $300 for it. So then I come to that thing where it's like, fuck, do I buy another camera or do I get this fucking engine that I really want? Which do you guys prefer? Maybe y'all can chime in on and give me a little insight. And if I get a whole bunch of people saying one thing or the other, maybe it'll make me rethink my priorities here. At the same time, though, with that being said, it is going into February here soon. Tax season's here, and hopefully, if I haven't got a camera in the next couple of weeks, I will have one by the end of next month. All right. So I think that's going to be it for today's update. And just stick around tomorrow for part 3 which is going to be, I think it's going to be a 4-parter. Part 3 out of 4 for the K28-3 high compression block. All right. Thanks guys for watching. Thanks you guys that watched all the way through. I know these videos aren't the ones that y'all look forward to the most, but I think they're important, man. I wouldn't make them at all. I really don't. Plus, I think if there's a lot of channels out there that make weekly updates that don't, that aren't part of the content that they normally would upload. I don't think I'm going to get to that point yet. I don't want to have more weekly updates than I have updates for builds. So with that being said, we'll wrap it up now. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.